money. Joey, 500. Got some goats in the building. Get ready for a shakedown. Prepare for a shakedown. We from Philly where they clap like huddles when they break down. Get ready for a shakedown. We underdogs, my guy. Kinda used to all the hate now. Prepare for it, man. Y'all get it. My QB got swag. My wideout is award winning. His fly was fly. Joey and 500. Like and subscribe. Yeah. Here's a quote you can sing back. Shake squad up and don't be a dingbat. It's a shakedown.
Don't you frown. Here comes the shakedown.
Let's go.
Yo, by the way, Kick Digba here. Welcome to another Philly Shakedown with Philly 500 and the man Joey Shakes. What is up, Joey Shakes, man? How you doing?
I'm good, man. We're just we're getting through like the early process. We're getting through OTAs. We're down the first day of mini camp now, and definitely a lot to talk about. We actually probably sorry about the weekend, guys. We just got our schedules were just insane. It was Philly 500's birthday on Sunday, so happy birthday to the man himself. And
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I totally, it's weird, but we're talking, and of course, somebody gets their iPads in my house and puts them in, and then my computer connects to it. I hate that about the stupid AirPods. You know, they connect to everybody's phone, everything else, and I have no idea how to stop it. But thank you. I caught the last part of that birthday. Yeah, I had a birthday. It's not fun. I'm getting older and older. 29 years old. Hey, I'm killing it. No, I wish.
I'm killing it.
49 years old. I'm already worried about next year. I'm gonna have a hard time next year.
What's next year?
50.
Oh shit.
Next year I'm 50 mother humping years old.
Mm.
I can't even imagine, dude. Can't even imagine. I'm getting depressed. Like I'm gonna cry. I feel like Mark Holmes. Baron, what's going on? Luke. AMHC, what's up? Paul Mancini, Xavier, Rogue, Cosmo, Leon, William, Jameson, Keith, my man, what's going on? Thank you guys for being here. Forte 500 House of Mouse Club, nice to meet you. Donnie, Frank, CJ McGlass, what's going on? Emmett Blacks, thank you for super chat, my man. He says, are you buying the Sunday ticket? How are you watching? Yeah, I am buying a Sunday ticket. I'll buy it like I buy it every year since like the early 90s or whenever it started. Bob Lazar, what's going on, buddy? You see any UFOs lately? James McBride, El Yepa, Twits, Ronnie, Andrew, what is going on, everybody? Anybody I missed, I apologize, but thank you guys so much for being here. And as you know, mandatory minicamp started today. And, man, it's really, really interesting. Because the one thing I wanted to see going into today was, would James Bradberry even be here? Would the Eagles cut him or trade him beforehand, which they didn't? And then would he show up, which he did? But we kind of got a surprise when they said that they were using him at safety and trying to give him snaps and take a look at him at the safety position. What do you think about that, man? 53% of the people I did a poll on said that they were not happy about that, didn't like that idea. What are your thoughts on that?
I think he'll be I don't know, dude, because I mean, I think this is Vic Fangio trying to make everybody as versatile as possible, like moving guys around. That's what he wants to do, but I don't know, dude. Bradberry just seems like he would probably be the worst safety in the group, maybe. I don't know, because I don't think he's a rangy type guy. Can't really cover the field with his legs too much. I don't think he's athletically sound as we all maybe some people think he is. I don't know. Maybe the Eagles think he is, but I don't know. They could try him there, but I don't know if he's really going to survive and be a starter at that position. But
yeah, Bob Lazar says, I know the truth. Aliens are prepared to show themselves to the world. Well, they better hurry up, because the world's about to blow up. They need to like carry it up. Yeah, I think it's an interesting thing putting Bradberry at safety. Can he play it? I don't know. I mean, he's a big corner. Maybe the transition would help him. But what I wonder, oftentimes players will move or transition to safety from corner to try to add length to their careers when they start to slow down, maybe lose a step. and then they go to safety, and it's a little easier for them to stay there. I remember Rod Woodson was a Pro Bowl corner, was starting to get a little older. They moved him to safety, and he was able to add years to his career. So I wonder if the Eagles are looking at Bradberry and think maybe he lost something at the corner.
I think part of it is because I think part of it now, especially if he gets hurt and he can't, stay healthy and can't be available. I think part of it is because I think there's going to be other players that are going to play better than him. I think Isaiah Rodgers is playing so consistent right now. And I know we don't have full pads on. Take everything with a grain of salt. I get it. But I think there's going to be many corners going to be playing better than him.
Yeah. Well, Bradberry comes in, and what does he do? He gets hurt. Right away, he's hurt.
Practice didn't even start yet. It didn't even start.
No. It's like to me, that's a bad omen. He's already hurt. So I don't know. Troy says, let's keep it 500. Bradberry cannot play safety. He can't tackle at corner. Hell no. Yeah, no, I hear you. To me, I still think Bradberry is going to possibly get traded. On the thumbnail, I put good problems to have. And what I was referring to in that thumbnail was, if you look at today's practice and if you look at what was going on in today's practice, really, one of the things that is showing through and through is that the defensive back, your secondary, looks really, really deep and good. And you've got too many people. I don't see how they're going to keep all these people. I mean, Keely Ringo was the star of the day, the standout of the day, and it wasn't even close. And then you got guys like, Mitchell making plays when he can. And then you look at the kid they got from the Colts. I don't know why, Isaiah Rodgers. I mean, he's making plays every time too. I think that they're very deep in the secondary, man. I do.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of hard decisions made on cut day, which the rules have changed, because cut day, like last year, was you only cut everybody in one day. It's not like three separate dates now where you trim your roster down. So it's gonna be a lot tougher for us to, this is probably the best situation we've been in at corner in a while. And it seems like, I don't even care if Jalen Hurts is struggling every day. Like, I know Jalen Hurts is gonna have his day later on, but I can't complain about the secondary making plays nonstop. And you know what? It's great. And I feel like the more we're making plays, Vic Fangio is creating this structure for us. And I think it's going to really put this defense over the top, hopefully. So,
yeah. Chris Scott, a member for 33 months, says, hey, guys, if Ringo and Rodgers continue to play well through training camp and preseason, who starts? Well, I mean, that's a great question. I don't know. I honestly, I don't know. I think that I would guess Rodgers before Ringo, but can I really say that? No, it's a great question. Yeah. That's what's so fascinating. That's why I really wish they would have put Isaiah Rodgers in the slot. Yeah. To me, it would just open up that whole other side. Leon Banks, a member for 6 months, he goes, thoughts on McMullen saying Hurts is struggling? I don't know. I mean, has Hurts ever been a guy that you come out of practice and go, what an amazing practice? I don't know that it's all that big of a deal. I have a hard time saying a quarterback struggling this time of year in June in minicamp. It's like a pitcher in I think of it like a pitcher in spring training where they're getting destroyed and people are hitting homers on them. And you're like, why? What's going on? I remember Cliff Lee in spring training. Everybody was worried that he was getting killed and they were hitting homers. Here he was working on a specific pitch that he was practicing. So sometimes I think that this time of year, it's too hard to worry about stuff like that. No. And as you guys see, Bradberry going to the tent there, So I don't put a lot of stock in that.
I mean, look, like you're just giving guys reps. You're not scheming. You're not doing anything that you're not in full pads, so you're not. You know what I mean? So Hurts isn't getting tackled. He's not getting sacked. Like
what's he struggling on? What's he struggling on? He's not reading the blitz. Not reading the defense. On he makes a bad throw.
And honestly, there were some good throws today, but some of these DBs were just making plays on the ball. Like, it's unfortunate.
Right. Philly by Day, thank you for super chat. Goes, what would the cap hit be if we release Bradberry and Slay? I'd have to check on Slay. Do you know on Slay offhand?
No, I'm not
Bradberry,
sure.
I think is what it would cost you. I think to cut him, it would cost you about $5 million in cap space. If you trade him, you'll actually save $1.2 million. So the best thing you could do, and thank you for Super Chat, is to actually trade him. I don't know offhand on Slay.
Yeah, and you have to think of the corner spot too, guys, because even if like you keep Ringo for another year and he's on the bench again, there's going to be a wide open spot next year in 2025 when Slay's gone. So this is the perfect situation for us to really produce these guys.
I think they're looking at Bradberry at safety, and they're going to try to trade him.
They have too much talent.
I think they're going to trade him. They're going to build up They're going to build up as much stock as they can, trade him. They just got too many guys. Clark, remember for 29 months, thank you so much. He goes, I truly think Slay, Mitchell, Rogers, CJ DeJean, safety be starting lineup week 1. I hope so. I hope so. I hate to get a guy like Ringo who's out there playing good and really deserves a chance to start, and then you sit there and he's not playing for another year. You're wasting another year of his contract. I just hate that.
I don't want there to be any veteran favoritism, kind of like with Jim Schwartz or some of the guys in the defense. Like he loved Derek Barnett and he was playing bad, and some of these other guys that played for our defense. Like I don't want Bradberry to just get the role because he's a veteran and they're just going to wait on him, and these other guys are producing and are far further than him right now in camp and are just healthy, especially if they're just available. I mean, I don't want to waste any time on that.
Right? No. I absolutely hear you. I hear you. Falls apart for 10 months. Thank you so much. He goes, why the F is Trashberry still here? Shit's pissing me off. My guess is this. Okay, and this is just me speculating right now. I'm starting to think that one, they wanted to see what they had and how the secondary, kind of the young guys, come out and play, and two, they want to get something for Bradberry and how he's going to play the waiting game. There's no rush for him. Why not why cut Bradberry right now instead of hold on to him, go to training camp, have him move at safety, move him around a little bit, make it look like he's doing a whole bunch of stuff, build up his stock, and then when a team loses a cornerback or something happens, try to trade him then. I really think that. I mean, they're not going to be able to keep all these defensive backs. You're not going to be able to keep them all. And you got some young, good ones that are really good. I don't see how you could keep Bradberry, to be honest with you.
No, I mean, I don't care if it's a 20, 30, 7th round pick at this point. Like, at least if you try to build something with him. But he's got to stay healthy, though, because if he's not healthy throughout the whole offseason program, they're not going to be able to trade him. Maybe they will. Maybe he'll be good by the season and they trade him at a certain point. But, yeah, I think it is the waiting game, and, we'll see what happens. But
Absolutely. Oh, I just clicked off of that. Little G Griffin says, I'm going to be an uncle. Congratulations, man. Congrats, bro. That's awesome. Chris Scott says, I honestly believe that Fangio will rotate our defensive backs just like we rotate our defensive linemen. He might. I mean, it's the amount of I mean, how many defensive backs are you going to actually keep? That's the thing. There's some good guys. There's some young guys. I mean, do we really want to move on from Eli Ricks? That's what I mean, do we really want to?
I mean, Maddox is starting at nickel right now, which is kind of, it's just kind of weird. Like I don't know. Maybe it's not weird. I mean, maybe he's actually going to be healthy. Maybe they think he could start this. Maybe they think he's going to be healthy and he could start this year. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, 2057 15th round pick. That would be perfect. That would be perfect. Zach Bond and Devin White are starting linebacker again. Yeah, we'll go through that. We're gonna go through it, and I'm running some highlights from some of the practices. All the guys that the beat writers that put the clips up, put their labels and their names on here. Their links also in there. Go check them out. Go sign. Go follow them on Twitter and stuff, because this is their stuff, and it's cool that they let people do this. So, let me take a look here at some things, right? One, here's the guys that didn't practice, we should say. There was no Sidney Brown. Nakobe Dean seemed like he was back practicing. Anaya Smith was back practicing as well. Landon Dickerson was not there at practice today. So he had an excused absence. So he was allowed to not be there. The depth chart notes on defense. First team secondary was Darius Slay, then Ringo. The nickel was Avonte Maddox. Safeties were C.J. Gardner, Reed Blankenship. Zach Bond and Devin White were the first team linebackers with Dean, who mostly worked on a second team unit, not rotating in as often. Second team cornerbacks were Quinyon Mitchell at left corner, then Isaiah Rodgers at right corner, Cooper DeJean at nickel. The Eagles used a look with Slay and Ringo on the outside with Maddox in the slot and Mitchell lined up as a dime linebacker. DeJean also saw some reps outside. I really don't think they know what they want to do yet with DeJean. And then on offense, with no Dickerson, your heroes, your offensive line. You had left tackle Jordan Mailata, left guard Mekhi Becton. We're going to talk about him because it seems like he's really blown some people away. Cam Jurgens, right, was your center. Right guard Steen, right tackle Lane Johnson. So that's pretty interesting. So, you know, I don't know, man. I think that this is especially. I think headed into camp. I think that secondary is the most interesting stuff to keep an eye on. You know,
yeah, I agree.
The Manny, thank you for super chat, my man. He goes, okay, y'all. Why does Joseph Nagata have number 86? Who's the other player that has 86?
Zach Ertz.
Oh yeah, Ertz. I guess they didn't retire his number.
Not yet. I mean, he's still
but they
playing.
didn't take it out. But why is it? But he's right. Why is it even out? They shouldn't even have that. Maybe because it's training camp. They're using it. Let's see if they use it preseason or going into. That's a great question though. But I'm sure they're going to take it out of a commission. I think as well as probably Kelsey for sure. Eagles Army Down Under, thank you for the super chat. Goes, happy birthday, Philly. Thank you, man. Have you guys heard of the NFL games being played in Australia possibly next year? It's already being promoted here. No teams yet. I have not heard that. No.
Well, it's not going to be us because we're already going through Brazil this year, so they're going to put us in an Australia game.
What time would we have to get up to watch a game? Would that be like 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night or something? It'd be like a whole. It'd be like a whole. It'd be like a day behind. Like it'd be like crazy time, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
probably.
He had 86 last year. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. Why didn't they take that out of commission? I mean, I guess they're running out of numbers to take out of commission.
I guess.
I don't know.
There he is.
Becton will beat out Steen. Yeah, you know, interesting. Seems like Becton. Have you heard anything? You know, what Lane Johnson was talking about Becton. Bryce Huff was talking about Becton. And then even, you know, the coaches yesterday. It sounds like he's making a pretty big impact for them so far.
Yeah, he's been pretty much the backup at every position on the offensive line besides center. Like he's been the backup. He was the backup left guard today. He's been the backup. He's been the backup right guard or the starting right guard, and then the backup right tackle for Lane with second team. So he's really getting first licks on everything. Really, I don't know, man. Like I feel like if Stalin can get, and we know that Becton has talent. It's just been injuries, and you know we've seen what he's done against us, throwing us around. Right. Like, so I mean, God, that'd be great. They could do something with him.
Yeah. So Ertz's number never got taken out. It's not retired.
That is weird.
I mean, you know, he's a great player. I guess it was borderline. You know, I mean. How many numbers can you take out too? I mean, you're definitely Kelsey's numbers definitely. His numbers retired. He's a surefire Hall of Famer. Fletcher Cox, I think, is borderline Hall of Fame. He's Eagle Hall of Fame. Will they take his number? I'm not sure either. So we'll have to see.
I think they do this thing where they give permission. Maybe they got permission from Ertz to use the number the last couple of years, maybe or something.
So I don't understand why Harold Carmichael's number is still able to be used.
Like, yeah, I don't know.
If you look at Randall, nobody can wear 12. It's not officially retired, but it's retired. nobody can wear it. Nobody can use it. You know?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Eagles Army Down Under, thank you so much for Super Chat. He goes, it's your normal time, 12 p.m. Monday for us. I'm selfishly hoping for Philly game. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I mean, hey, listen, if it's 1 o'clock and we don't have to play, like some weird time, I'm okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I hate the Brazil thing. I still don't understand why it's on a Friday. You know, I still don't understand that. Splendid says 500. I just want you to know Joey has won the MVWS award. I wonder what that could mean. Most Valuable Wife Stealer award. Keep up the great work, Joey. Give me back my wife. Always gotta give him back their wives. Yeah.
No comment.
Shady says Daz. Oh, Shady's another number, right? His number is not in use either. So I don't know. I mean, I know Kelsey won't be used again. I don't know about anybody else's.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Nobody coerces. Yeah, he's a surefire Hall of Fame, Pro Football Hall of Fame. It's never gonna be worn again. SMD Eagle says, like the stream and subscribe. Support our guy 500 Joey Shakes. Link for Joey is in the script. Thank you so much. Appreciate you
so much.
King of Kings, David Super goes, hey 500. Hey Joey, what I miss? Didn't they keep Brad? They kept Bradberry, but what they did was they put him in at safety today. They wanted to look at him at safety, and then he got hurt. Now, let me ask you something. Let's say, this is for argument's sake, let's say Bradberry goes out and he plays great at safety, and they say, oh, he looks good at safety. He's going to start, right? With the money he makes, he's going to start.
Yeah.
All right, so what does that tell you what they think about Reed Blankenship? The most underappreciated.
Well, yeah, I know, because we talked about this, because we follow Eagle fans a million times over this, where I think people got so stuck on Reed Blankenship because he was like the good safety out of a bad group, besides Chauncey getting hurt. But he's pretty much been like, we haven't upgraded that position really since Malcolm, to be honest with you, like where he was really bandaging this defense every single game that he played. But now Reed might be, they might do 3 safety sets. They might, he might be I'm not saying he doesn't have a roster spot. He might be the third best linebacker. He might be number 3 on the board. So I don't know.
I think it's Bradberry's safety thing. My gut feeling is telling me is they're trying to build up his stock. They're trying to take a look at him, build up his stock, and then trade him. That's what I think. James, a member for 31 months. Thank you so much. He goes, Ertz ain't no Gronk. His number shouldn't be retired. Yeah, well, it's not. It's definitely not going to be. King of Kings, David Super Chat goes, do you think he will do better with the new coaches? I think everybody will do better with the new coaches. The one thing I was really impressed with this week was the coaches. You could tell that you have positional coaches that know what they're doing. They're not going to get rattled when things go wrong. I really was impressed with them. Clint Hurt was really impressive. I thought Bobby King seemed like an old school linebacker. The cornerback, I really liked what we heard from the positional coaches.
Yeah, they're not giving us those vague, bold, boring answers of what the defense or what the offense is going to be. Like, even Devontae Smith said some things today just about, I don't know if he didn't really throw shade, but he was like, oh, it's better than the play, not saying it's better than the play calling from last year, but he kind of said that. But he said that, getting the wide receivers open, pre-snap motion. He talked about all that. It gets the guys excited, trying to find these guys. Kellen Moore is going to do whatever he can to. He's not going to ignore a position. He's going to get as much out of every guy that he possibly can. Nobody's ignored on the field. It's not going to be up to one guy,
right.
Or with 10 plays on the play sheet. It's going to be a whole different bunch of plays. So
yeah. Dad says, I'll never get the Blankenship hate. He played in one of the worst systems under no-name coaches. Give the guy – it's not hate. I don't hate Blankenship. I just don't think he's as good as everybody thinks he is.
Yes.
That's
Just
all
because
I'm saying.
he's not, just because he doesn't start, just because we say he shouldn't start doesn't mean we hate him at all. Like, we think he's a good player, but I don't think he's the best I don't think he's the best linebacker I've ever seen. I'm sorry, best safety I've ever seen in my life. No.
Joey, this is for you. I don't know if it's something I should read without a pause, but Jen says, Joey, you're so fine. You done blow my mind. Hey, Joey.
Makes no sense. I have no fucking.
Jen, you got a fan. You got a fan.
Right.
SFD Eagles. Reddick's new coach said he hasn't spoken to him at all. He's a no. Yeah, we got to talk about Reddick.
Fucking.
Yeah, Esbury the boot. Thank you for bringing this up. Because this is one of the things I'm like, I want to talk about this today. He hasn't shown up for OTAs. He hasn't spoken to the coaches. Dude,
Philly,
what the hell?
When you trade for a player, wouldn't you already expect that they would have given him a deal before the offseason program? Like, seriously, like, wouldn't this deal already be done? Like, if they wanted him and he wanted the certain contract he wanted, and they trade for Hassan Reddick, we give him away for nothing pretty much. And no deals in place yet. There's no contract yet, and he's not showing up. So what is it? Like, is he an asshole? Like, what is there? Like,
an asshole?
He must be.
And then they asked Salah, and Salah's like, yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard from him. My God. Yeah. James says, Philly, would you pay? Yeah, rest in peace, Larry Allen. Obviously, he died yesterday. I didn't know about that until after I had made my video. Otherwise, I would say something then. Yeah, obviously, rest in peace. Great player. One of the best offensive lines. I hate Dallas, but it was the best offensive line I've ever seen. Them in the old Washington when they had the Hogs. But great player. Obviously, rest in peace and condolences to his family. But getting back to Reddick, like, I don't. If I knew he wasn't going to show up, dude, I'm glad they traded him. Would you want to deal with this crap right now with Reddick?
Maybe there's more to the story. Maybe there's more to the story we don't know. Like, how is he not signed yet? Why do you trade for him? And now he's not, like, you trade for a player, he's happy to be there, but then he's not showing up to OTAs. Why is he holding out?
It's like, dude, you just got traded to a brand new team. You need to show up.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, if he knew he was getting a deal, he would already, look, if he knew he was getting the deal, he would have showed up. So,
man,
like, that's what I'm saying. It makes I can't get grip of it at all.
No. King of Games David Super Chat. He goes, yeah, but I'm worried about his age. Are we talking about Bradberry? Yeah, I mean that's 31. Fair. Yeah, he's definitely getting older. Dominique Joe, thank you for Super Chat. Goes, happy birthday, Paisan. Who's breaking out this year? Thank you so much, man. Looks like if we go on today's first practice, Kyle Ringo looks like he's ready to play.
That's what
it wasn't talking about U500. Okay, gotcha, man. Gotcha. Danny Davis Super Chat. My man goes, Blankenship is a starter at least another year. Listen, I don't think he's a bad player. I don't think it's not like a Nate Gary situation. I just think it's something you can still upgrade, but I mean, he can fill in right now. I think,
Yeah.
Let's see. Bruce, thank you for Super Chat, my man. He goes, I like the anus.
He loves the anus.
I totally read it wrong. The Nia Smith hype. And happy 11,000th birthday, Jerry Jones. Yes, thank you for Super Chat. He got me on that one, and he didn't even mean to. That's from a long day. Oh, man. Thank you for the Super Chat, buddy, man. Seriously, appreciate that, Bruce. Shout out to you. I really like Ania Smith, too. Now, they said he dropped the ball. He muffed a punt. Another ball bounces. Like, I think he's a little rusty coming back from injury, but I think he's going to be your slot receiver this year. I do. Philly 500 House of Mouse Club. Second time viewer mates. Cheers from Bosnia. Cheers to you and shout out to Bosnia. I have to ask Joey, were you ever on X videos? I swear you look like the dude who throttled Alexis Texas. Not my proudest fap, but suffice, you both rock.
What are these?
Thank you so much. 500 House of Mouse Club. only Joey can answer that.
I have no idea. I have no idea who that is.
No, Joey don't even know who that is. Oh, that's funny. Oh, yeah. Different subject, but you guys going to get NCAA 25. Listen, everybody's saying it's going to be really good and it's going to be better than what Madden is. I hope so. I hope it's unbelievable. And I probably will get it. Yeah. I probably will. Dude, I'm totally like lost now. What were bring me back, Joey. Bring me back.
I have no idea.
Let's play some clips here because the whole Aiden Smith thing got me all messed up. But yeah, I mean, speaking of Reddick, would you, if let's say seriously though, if Reddick is holding out, would you want to deal with that? Like, I mean, like, I don't mind them trading him if we're gonna have to deal with that.
Well, that's why he hasn't. That's why Reddick has an agent to at least know what's going to happen when he gets traded to the next team that he's going to get traded to. So he would expect that he was going to get the deal he wanted. But apparently, you don't. Why do you not show up to OTAs upon a trade and being happy to be there? Like, it makes no sense unless he's excused from practice. But Saleh didn't even say that it was like an excused absence. That he's like, I don't know. So it makes it really suspect. I don't know.
Yeah. C takes his member for 7 months. How y'all feel about the defense? I'm still nervous. Here's what I'm nervous about. Here's what I feel very good about the secondary. I feel like we got plenty of guys in the secondary. We're going to be okay. I feel much better than most people about the linebackers. I really like what we're hearing about Devin White, and I really like the whole Bond thing is giving me some confidence. Where I have my fears is the edge rushers, because just listening to like Bryce Huff today and stuff, like he said he hasn't really done much dropping back into coverage either, and I worry about what we're going to get off the edges. That's what my concern is.
Yeah, and like the concern is like the Eagles have another year of a ton of talent. What are they going to do with it? The second thing is, you talk about, give the linebackers an example, Devin White, Zach Bond, right? Your two starters are on 1-year deals right now. So what if they play fantastic? So I don't want to go through another year of not re-signing another, at least don't make the same mistake that you made with TJ Edwards. You want to re-sign, you want to have a re-sign. I'm not saying sign both of them, but have a re-sign candidate after this year. You know what I mean? So, because your draft picks aren't even starting right now. I mean, obviously, Kobe Dean's not starting right now as of right now. Right. And, Trotter Jr. is kind of, he's climbing up the mountaintop right now. So we still got a lot of time and we have full pads we have to get to. So it comes down to next year too.
I like what Bobby King said about Trotter Jr. Did you hear what he said about him? He never makes a mistake twice.
That's awesome.
Make a mistake twice. Yeah, I love that. Young Truth, thank you for Super Chicos. I told you all John Ross going to be lit since day one. Hey, John Ross, they said he had a good practice today. He looked good, man. Say he looks really fast. Maybe he's finally going to break out and give us something. That would be a complete and utter
surprise
shock to me. Yeah. In a good way. I mean, that would be amazing. I thought he was going to be like Deshaun Jackson coming out of college. I did. It didn't turn out like that, but maybe maybe this is his chance. I don't know.
Yeah. There's only so much we could see on video, but so far, what I've seen, from some of the just some of the activities they've been doing on the field, he looks like he's got some juice. He looks like he's pretty quick.
Yeah. Dad says you all sleeping on Dean. Wake me up. Wake me up when you get here. Wake me up.
No, I don't blame anybody. I don't blame anybody that is.
I'm just kidding. To me, it's just I can't evaluate him if he's not on the field. You got to play. He's not on the field. So to me, I gotta see him. I gotta see him play. Splendid says 500. Any news on Jalix Hunt? Heard he's been dropping into cover. I haven't heard much on him, really. A lot of times, these practices, I think that people who get really ripped off the most is the edge rushers because they don't tackle, you can't hit, and then in practice when they simulate like 11 on 11s, they try to say, oh, well, it looked like he might have had a sack, but they blow the play dead. So you don't get to actual sack. So you really, to me, you have to wait until they get into a game to know, and to me, it's all going to start with Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter. And I think that defensive line coach, he's as big as Jordan Davis. He can whip his ass. I had no doubt about it. And I think he's going to have those guys in shape and well conditioned. They seem to understand that you have to get Jordan Davis conditioned. If he's in good enough condition, he can play. Yeah. But he's got to be,
Everybody's been raving, all the assistant coaches, and players, everyone's been raving, about how much he's in shape right now. So we'll see when the full pads come on and see what his conditioning looks like.
It's not just being in shape and looking thin it's like he's got to be conditioned enough to hang in there the whole season and play more snaps. D-Love, thank you for the super chat, my man. He goes, to me, I keep closing my eyes on Hurts this year. To me, the jury's still out on him. He had a huge year and he had down year, maybe because of the play calling, but this year, no. Yeah, well, I agree with you. No excuses. I do think there's no excuses. And I do want to say the other thing with Hurts is I don't want to see the sitting on the sideline, like shake his head, like not talking to people. Like I think he's got to be a little more engaged. You know what I'm saying? Because it looked like at times last year, he's sitting there by himself at the edge of the bench, not talking to anybody, totally frustrated, So I'm hoping we don't see that this year.
Yeah, there was a huge disconnect between the coaches and the players. There's no doubt about it. I forgot who said there was who said that. It was like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Somebody said there was a big Oh yeah, it was Kenneth Gainwell on that podcast. He said there was a big disconnect, and like the players were on one side, the coaches were on another, and they were just following what they had to do. But don't want to get in that situation again.
Tommy says, "Can you say what chat, brother? My wife."
Don't read it. Don't read it. Don't read it. Don't read it.
Okay.
It's really bad.
Joey just. I
read
no.
it. I already read it.
I can't. Okay, so I'll just. Yeah. Thank you for stepping in, right? Because I don't know what you know me. I don't know what the hell I'm about to walk into. Lord Van said, this is Saquon's team if Hurts don't shape up. I think Hurts will be fine. I can't wait to see Saquon. Now they did line Saquon up today. He lined up outside a couple times, Joe. So I like the idea that this offense is going to move guys around. Devontae Smith talked about this. They're moving those guys around. They use a lot more motion. It's not just line up on your one side and that's it. I think moving those guys around is key. Even Dan Celia was. I went his chat briefly and he was talking about it. Like put AJ Brown in the slot sometimes. Yes, absolutely. If there's mismatches, move those guys around. They should be doing this anyways. This is what most teams do. The Eagles haven't done that, which had never made any sense to me. So I really like that Kellen Moore is going to add a lot more motion, use those guys all over. And even Devontae Smith really seemed happy about that.
Yeah, I think it's going to bring some juice to the offense, like through pre-snap motion. And he's been top 10 pre-motion snaps the past few years. So it seems like he has a lot of control over this offense and where he's lining up guys. I haven't really seen any of Nick, take. I had a comment a few days ago saying Nick was taking control of some of, the offensive schemes, I guess, during practice or something. But I mean, unless I hear that from multiple sources, I'm not going to believe it until I actually
did you hear his press conference today?
Some of it.
What did you think about it? I think he's a walking dead man.
He looks like he's on a timeout. He looks like he's you talk when you speak out when you're told to speak out. Like I think he's on a short leash. Like I think he's there just to make himself look like he's doing things. Like I've been saying this for weeks. Like I don't think he's doing anything with his team. He's just a cheerleader. I mean,
I don't know what you need him for. You got your offense set, you got your special team set, you got your defense set, Thumbo says Rodgers is going to be the best cornerback this season. Rodgers has looked great. I mean, Rodgers continues to impress. Ringo, they were saying, was a standout. I also will say this, though. I will say this, that in these OTAs and, even this mini camp where there's no hitting, they're not running. It's just basically passing. Everything is passing. So there's more of a chance for your secondary guys to make plays and to stand out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to see Jordan Davis dominate the offensive line because they're not going to hit. It's not that, you know what I mean?
I thought what was really interesting too, even with Isaiah Rodgers as well, is he's got a big chip on his shoulder. So like last year, when he was suspended, he was kind of following like what the Eagles would do every week, and he would work out on certain days and watch the team on certain days, whatever. But he said that right before his suspension was about to hit, or when he was suspended, like the Eagles were the only team that were interested. The only team. That's what he said. The one team, and no one else took a shot at him because everyone thinks that after a year he's not going to be the same. People are writing him off. So he's coming into camp with like a vengeance, and he puts out stuff on social media like, I'm here to stay. I'm not going anywhere.
I know.
Like
I love it.
I love it. Yeah, it's great.
I love it. I'm just thinking, man, how are you going to get these guys all on the field? I don't know. Like, how are you going to get all these guys on the field? There's got to be something you're going to do. Like, I want Ringo to play. I want Quinyon Mitchell to play. I want DeJean to play. I want Rodgers to play. I don't know how you get these guys. And listen, let me tell you, if Avonte Maddox's big-ass toe works and he's 100% healthy, he's a good slot corner too. So how are you going to keep all these guys? They're going to be making trades. I think you're going to trade at least 2 defensive backs. I think you got to trade at least 2 of them.
Yeah, properly. Yeah, I think there'll be 2 moves. I would have to say. I don't think it's done yet. I mean, just gotta wait. I think Bradberry's definitely one of them. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
But
Gebhardt says, if Isaiah Rodgers turned out to be a legit Pro Bowl type player, would you have rather than not taken both the defensive backs in the draft? No, here's what my thought process is. You got to look at the draft picks, not just for like a 1-year thing. 2 years, 3 years down the road, you're not going to have Bradberry and you're not going to have Slay. Now, if Isaiah Rodgers is a total stud, Pro Bowl type guy, you starts. Then you have Quinyon Mitchell, you think he starts, right? And then you have DeJean, who should be a guy that the way they should use him is he could play safety, slot, outside. He should be able to move all over the place. So you constantly put him wherever needed. And then the odd man out, you got to figure out what you're going to do with Ringo. Maybe in that case, you trade him or something like that. But I would not take away from taking the top talent in the draft. Quinyon Mitchell to me was the best player on the board. And then when you got into the second round, DeJean, for the value you had, I think you had to take him.
Yeah, like so Isaiah Rodgers has what, this year, next year left on his contract when they picked it up?
Something like that. Yeah.
So if he's got 2 years and he starts this year and plays well, he's definitely gonna get a pay raise. He's definitely gonna guarantee a pay raise.
Yeah. So. Drew says, "What up, Philly Joey? Did you guys touch on the drama with Dallas and Mikey here?" No, I honestly I know CeeDee Lamb didn't show up for camps. I think Micah did. But I don't know what's up with Parsons. I didn't hear what was going on, what the latest was with them. So do you know? I don't know.
I haven't. No, because
I don't know what happened. What happened with Micah? I know he reported. CeeDee Lamb thing is funny because Jefferson just got paid, so he's going to now seek to reset the market. And Dallas fans are like, see, we're going to pay our guys. It's like you're paying you're paying the top quarterback money, top receiver money, Micah Parsons top end money. Like, dude, you're going to be in salary cap hell for years.
I don't know if they're going to be able to pay Parsons. I think what the rumors I heard so far today is that they're trying to do as much as they possibly can to give Dak and to give CeeDee Lamb the highest contracts. I don't know if they're going to be able to afford Parsons. I mean,
yeah. I think Parsons is going. I mean, dude, it's over $30 billion a year now. The Giants just set the market with, let's just say, over 30. I mean, Parsons going to get that. Andrew Dew said Micah did skip mandatory. See, I thought Micah reported, but I know he skipped OTAs, which are voluntary, so I don't put a lot of stock into that. But Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. He skipped it due to injury. Interesting. CeeDee Lamb's going to get paid more than Smitty. I know, and you're laughing like that's something good. Like that's not good for you, because now you're going to eat up all your cap with guys getting top dollars, while we have two guys just as good as CeeDee Lamb getting less money. That the joke is on you, because your owner and your front office wait to sign these players. The joke is on you. Just like the whole situation with Dak all year, where you haven't been able to do anything because of his cap. You've just done it with three other guys. Yeah. So congratulations.
After JJ got paid, like there was reporters that were coming out with these articles on like talking crap about Devontae Smith and like, oh, how can you let this happen? You could have got more money. I don't, he's not a businessman. Like they were saying all this stuff about him, but it's not that. You think that Devontae Smith, no, and he's not a flashy type guy. Like he's not like the typical guy that's going to show off what he has. Like he's a relatively cheap person. Like he doesn't go out and like spend his money on stupid stuff. Like he does what was good for him and his family, this deal. And this helped AJ Brown tremendously. Because if you said last year that we were going to sign AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, I would have called you crazy.
I don't understand it. Fly says Cowboys fans don't understand. They don't want their players paid more. I mean, the player get paid great, good for him. But allowing everybody to be, get paid to reset the market is really stupid business. And Devontae said, "I don't worry about other people's pockets." So I thought that was such a great thing he said. I mean, Joe Banner comes out, trashes Devontae Smith as agent. Okay. And it's like, I don't get it. Like Devontae Smith did what he thought was right. First of all, how much money do you need? Like seriously, dude, you know what I'll do for $1 million right now? I don't want to know. You don't want to know. So he should be making enough money that he's okay.
Like the difference.
If it's good enough money for him. I mean, dude, but it's like by Devontae Smith doing that, he allowed the Eagles to re-sign A.J. Brown. People don't understand it. You don't get – if Devontae's not signed right now, it's hard to sign A.J. Brown.
Yeah.
So it's ridiculous.
Yeah, like between like, oh, I make $24 million a year, but I could have got 32. Some people don't think that way. Like, an extra $10 million maybe is a big difference, but still, you're a millionaire at the end of the day. You're taking care of your family, and there are players that are selfless. There are players out there that think about the team first, not Justin Jefferson that's going to suck the life out of that organization, and he's the only man that they're going to throw the ball to and depend on only him every single game, because in Philadelphia right now for this year with the weapons you have on offense, we don't have to rely on one guy. I'd rather have two guys. Like, yes, I understand we missed out on Justin Jefferson, but we'd probably be in this situation with him right now.
But Devontae Smith in 2 years can go back and renegotiate his contract. It's not like he's not going to get another contract.
You have him for 5 years, and they use that. They use the extra years a loop, for $15 million. So.
I thought it was a selfless thing, and I thought he was saying, I want to get paid. I want to secure my family, and he did that. And he said, I also want to help the team, and I want to help my friend make sure AJ Brown stays here, because if he doesn't sign that contract, you don't have AJ Brown resigned. It just doesn't happen. So to me, instead of trashing the guy, I think we should be applauding him.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. My flying fish should be. I hope it's there soon, man. Sills trashing Smith pisses me off. Really, I have to hear that. I didn't hear that.
God.
Oh boy. Luke Bradshaw, thank you for super chat. Let's talk about a tale of two different stories. Eagles get deals done ASAP, save cap, while Cowgirls have no cap by waiting for the market to be reset. Yeah, they just keep letting it get reset. The worst thing the Cowboys could have done is let Justin Jefferson sign a contract before CeeDee Lamb. That was just stupid.
Or anybody else at that.
I mean, the Eagles got both guys done. We're done. We don't have to worry about this, I don't know. Thank you for super chat. It's crazy. They are hating on Devontae and Howie and the organization. Yeah, it's just crazy. It's crazy to me. All this time, how many times do we say this guy's too selfish? He wants money, or he's only worried about himself. And people trash Terrell Owens for trying to get money and everything happened. And you get a guy like Devontae Smith who says, you know what, I'm gonna get my piece, and I'll be content with this, and I'm gonna allow the team to have the option to bring back my buddy, keep A.J. Brown, and put a competitive team. And they trash him for it. I don't get it. Especially Joe Banner, who, let Brian Dawkins go. He let him walk over a couple $1 million. So I don't want to hear nothing from him.
Joe Banner didn't keep players over 30 years old. He always moved on until players hit that number.
No.
So.
Yeah, it's crazy. Devontae is the remodel of with the contracts to help the team. Yeah, absolutely. I bet you in 2 years they'll probably hit his contract and give him more.
Yeah,
just go out and play well, and everything will take care of itself. Frank says this roster has more talent than I ever remember. I can't wait for season. It's a deep team, man. It's a deep team that we've got to find the players. I tell you what, like hearing about the linebackers and Devin White is really good. Zach Ball was talking about Devin White, and he was saying, hey, this guy's really good linebacker. Like, this guy knows the playbook. He's already deep in. He already knows what to do. He already understands the defense. I think Devin White's going to be the steal of steals.
Yeah, we knew that he was going to fit in really well, and like he was going to revive. He's going to trying to revive his career this year. And Vic, if he was that bad, he wouldn't be in the first lineup like consistently like this much. So they think of him as a big voice for the defense, a big leader for the defense, and he's got good connections with Nakobe Dean.
I don't want to click on it now, but what did I miss? I don't know. What was it?
You just looked at it. What do you mean, what was it?
I just see SpongeBob. I don't see anything else.
Look at it closer.
I can't see it.
You can't see that?
It's too small. I'm not putting it back on the screen. I don't see anything. I can't tell.
Yeah, it's bad.
Is it SpongeBob?
Yeah.
All right. Well, Philly thoughts from Rick not showing up. I don't know. We talked about it earlier. I have no idea. I can't see shit. I just saw SpongeBob, which I don't watch.
Right.
I never watched that show. It's whatever it is small, so they got a problem with it. Let's see here. You guys think if Devin White tears it up this season, Eagles give him a new deal? No. No. I don't think the Eagles pay the linebackers. But they should. They should.
Yes. Yeah. If Fangio has control over the defense and he does really well this year, I think the Eagles will trust his judgment. And maybe, we'll have a little bit of, a direction to sign some guys, maybe. We'll see, though.
It's a porn image? Really?
Yes, it is. Yes. You didn't see
that?
Yes.
No. Dude, it's so small. I like literally I need glasses.
It's bigger on the screen.
Oh, I took it off. Once you started laughing, I took it off. I don't know what it was. Well, I'm sorry about that, everybody. I don't know. It was SpongeBob. I kind of want Jim Schwartz back. He was run out of Philly with a bad team, and Nick Gary, Davion Taylor he's done a hell of a job with the Cleveland Browns defense. I wish we would have gotten that defense more aggressive. Like, I wonder some of these defensive coordinators, like, why did they leave Philly and all of a sudden they start blitzing? You know what I mean? Like, even what's his face? Jonathan Gannon goes to Arizona and is blitzing all over the place.
Nick Sirianni, dude, I've been telling you, he came to Philadelphia and blitzed the crap out of us. I'm telling you, it's Nick. It's all Nick, dude. It's all Nick.
Yeah. Nag's head. I hope to go. SpongeBob. I don't know. I don't know what it was. I apologize, but I swear I didn't see anything. I just saw SpongeBob's face, and then somebody behind him, and that's all I saw. And then Joey started laughing, so I clicked it off because I had a bad feeling. And then it was that laugh, like, oh shit. So I clicked off, and then it was too small. I can't see. I have to go back and watch. Mark wishes he as big as SpongeBob with all little ones having it. What? I don't know. not the biggest fan of Sirianni's philosophy.
I don't know what his philosophy is, to be honest.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Sirianni, his philosophy is I want to keep my job. That's it.
Mm.
You know. Let's see. Apple's user Android Smith Samsung. I don't know. I don't know what any of that means. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be interesting. We got 2 days of mini camp left, so I have no idea. How you're gonna with no hitting and things like that. I mean, I think it's very hard to evaluate like Nolan Smith, Bryce Huff. Those guys are going to be guys we're going to have to kind of wait till preseason comes and figure it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think Nolan Smith said the other day. He said he's up to like 245 pounds now, and says he's definitely going to turn going to have a cornerstone year. So we'll see, man. Like, it's a lot of pieces that Vic has to deal with this defense this year. So
yeah, no, it's true. It's definitely true. What are your thoughts on Pickett? He's up on the screen. I'm just looking at him like, they said that Hurts has been missing some throws and things like that, but Pickett apparently hasn't been much better either.
No, they both. It's like I said. It's early. There's no scheming. It's just you're just like throwing whether they're covered or not. You're seeing what the guys could do. Like that's what it's all about. Like in 22, like Hurts didn't really have a good offseason program. Like he had his bad days, but you want this to happen. You don't want Hurts to have a great day every single day of practice. Like so, like pick your poison with it. But once you get the preseason, they better have more than one series of reps. They better, I don't know what would you give them for preseason starter wise, especially quarter, like how much should Hurts play in preseason?
That's a great question. Sirianni didn't want to answer that question today about preseason, but I think that these guys got to play. I mean, it's great that they're having mandatory minicamp this year, but I think they've got to play. And at least to me, I would like to see them play in there's 3 preseason games now. I would like to see them play one drive in the first game and then like a quarter in the second game. And then, you can sit the third game. I would like something like that, but I think you need to play,
Yeah, I think they definitely need to play.
Yeah. So, but who the hell knows? Proud infidel.
It's you.
Just me.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to Dingbat Nation. Welcome back to Dingbat Nation, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. I wish one drive all 3 games. Yeah, that wouldn't be bad. I mean, I think these guys need to play. Especially you got to go to Brazil. You have to start on a Friday. You have to play your first game in Brazil. You have to travel there. I think you need to be ready to go. I don't think you can afford to be going in there slow. I mean, you're getting a new offensive coordinator, new coaches. One of the things they said that this offense is really pushing, they're really trying to utilize the middle of the field a lot more. And I was reading something where they were saying that the 2 most inaccurate quarterbacks over the middle were Jalen Hurts and Pickett. And so that's something that they're really pushing.
Yeah, because they're fucking not they didn't throw middle of the field last year. No shit, they're probably not good at it because they're not used to throwing middle of the field. They're used to just either rolling out and running out of bounds or throwing incomplete pass to the sideline. I mean, other than that, probably.
And there's Bradberry going to the tent after one rep. And then of course Saquon. I mean, Saquon's going to be a stud for us. I really believe that Saquon will be. He will be what Christian McCaffrey was to the Niners.
Yeah, shout out to Christian McCaffrey. He got another 2-year extension, $19 million. Crazy.
Yeah, ain't that something? The guy played like in 16 games in 3 years with Carolina. Everybody said he was injury prone and all that stuff. And then boom, there he goes. Now let's see. Philly, do you think you could get in shape for $1 million? I know you gave up last time. Yeah, but nobody offered me $1 million. Yeah, I could do it. I could do it for $1 million. I could do it. I better do it for free. But $1 million? Oh, hell yeah, that would motivate me. John says, have to wait until postseason. That will tell us how good the Yanks and the Phils are. Phillies look great. I still worry about their pitching, though. Not the starting pitching, but their relief. Let's see. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm trying to think. Anything else we didn't talk about? We're an hour in. I'm trying to think. Bradberry, Ringo, Rogers, Mitchell got second team reps, as well as Cooper DeJean. So they look like they're doing their thing. Positions like running back, the defensive line, those positions are so hard to judge in these type
right
things
now
because all right, you have Barkley, Barkley's gonna do, but it's hard. How are you supposed to judge or evaluate Will Shipley? You know what I'm saying? It's impossible. Young boy says, "What up, fellas? Just a question that's been on my mind. Would like both intel on it. How sold are you with this defense? What if some of these guys end up like Dean, not panning out to our expectation? I mean, you seem like you always get, a guy. Somebody doesn't pan out, somebody does. Listen, I think the defense should be better. I think they got more talent. I think they're better in the secondary. I think that they're better at linebacker. And I think that if Jordan Davis and Carter, especially going in his second year, those guys in shape, I think they should be good. My biggest concern with the defense is the edge rusher. Nolan Smith, Huff, who's going to be the guy getting, who's going to go out there and get you sacks? Who's going to be the guy? That, to me, out of everything, is my biggest concern.
Yeah, and it comes down, that's why you have a lot of depth. That's why you go into camp, you go into these situations. But yeah, I mean, it comes down to if you're dropping your guys in coverage, you thought last year we were dropping edge rushers in coverage. Just wait till this year; it's going to get worse. But you're going to have to really count on the fast break tackles, the athleticism, in coverage, and be athletically sound defensively. That's when it's come down to. Make tackles in open space, get 5-6 helmets to the football. I mean, that's what it's going to come down to. I mean, I don't like it. I've hated it. But, if you want the best man to do the job, and from what I'm hearing from Vic Fangio, I feel like when it comes to versatility, finding out the players', weaknesses to their strengths, moving guys around constantly during this offseason program. He even talked about there'll be a game where they run a certain situation, maybe a play 15 times. And then he said there'll be another game where they stray away from that totally and do something totally different. So that made me feel a lot better. So they're not going to just sit there and just do nothing and just get burnt for 8 to 10 yards off the line and get these big chunk yards on us. So, I think we're in the right direction. We just got to get the full pads on, joint practice with the Patriots, the preseason, and we'll take it from there. There's always going to be a what if. There's going to be guys in preseason that look really good and probably won't do anything during the season. Who knows? We're just going to wait and see.
Yep. Porterville says teams are going to test us early, see if we have solved the blitz. Absolutely. And they'll probably run a lot of hurry up against our defense to help prevent us from rotating our defensive line. Absolutely. 100%. And, I think it would be nice if the team came into a blitz and they just turn around and ran a little screen pass to Barkley, because I'm telling you, it's going to be wide open. And then, one of the things with defense is if you're getting a push up the middle, if Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter could be anchors in that middle, I think it'll set the whole defense up,
Yeah, I agree. I mean, even having Barkley in the backfield is going to drop another guy in the box, which can, whether you're running bootleg or you're running play action or something like that, will create a big play for one of these wide receivers or tight ends or whatever. So yeah, I think offensively, make sure you figure out your wide receiver 3, make sure you figure out your right guard. But Dallas Goedert's got, could be a big problem because, he always gets hurt. He always misses, 4, 5, 6 games a year. So we got to make sure that, because really there's no tight end 2 right now. I mean, you have that CJ Osamoah, you have Calcaterra, you got Albert O. I mean, you really don't, there's not, because they didn't, after Goddard got hurt, they just ignored the position. They didn't try to, work somebody in the offense, in case you need them later on in the season when Goddard comes back. So it really hurt us. So,
yeah. No, I hear you. Brianna says, I got upset today with Xander because he doesn't let Sills get away with all the bullshit. His face got so red. I thought it was going to ignite the oil field on top of his head. He calls a hairdo. Yeah, they must have been fighting today. I didn't see that part. I didn't know they were trashing. He was going after Devontae. I don't know how you can go after Devontae though. Devontae is great, Happy birthday, Philly. I'm old too, and told Joey weeks ago about Fangio putting Bradberry at safety, but who knows? I was just saying, well, you were right. I mean, that was the plan today, to put him up at safety, give him reps, take a look, and then he got hurt. And Ty says Bradberry will be a camp cut or trade unless someone gets hurt. And that's my thing. Speaking of Brad, like I still believe they're going to trade him. Like I think that they're just saying, why cut him right now or try to do it now? Hold on to him and trade him in camp. I just look at the guys: Rodgers, Slay, Mitchell, DeJean, Ringo. I mean, they got a ton of defensive backs. I don't think they can keep all these guys. So somebody is going to be on the outs. And I think you want that to probably be Bradberry, no?
Yeah, I mean, I was already shocked that they were putting him at safety anyway. Like like you said, they're either trying to build up his value, or do they really think he could play safety? I don't know. Or just put it as like they just saying they're going to move him there as like just something on the news that other teams will be like, oh well, they're gonna try to move him around a little bit, and maybe he could play safety for other teams. I don't know, but I gotta see what they could do.
Young boy says, the only reason I question is if we are a win now situation, why take a risk on a player we are unsure of or someone that we're trying to develop? Just a question. I don't think we're in win now mode where this is like it's this year, boom or bust. You know what I mean? Like a few years ago, I forget, it was like 2018 or something, or 29, and we're like, this is win now mode. Like we're gonna win this year or not, and then we got to blow it up in the off season and kind of retool. I don't think they're in that situation. I think they're in a situation where they're at the beginning of a window. And I think the Eagles are in a 5-year window because I think they've got enough young players on this team that it's not a win right this second. This year is it. I think it's your window is open for the next 5 years. So I think there's time to develop the young guys, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, there's a lot of time, but I mean, you have a little bit of you don't want to redshirt guys this year in the secondary, and then when you finally get rid of Slay and Bradberry next year, say if Bradberry stays, then next year is like not their learning year, but it's like a reset year where they have to learn all over again into another year and start from the ground up again. So I want these guys to get ahead of themselves. It's just really weird how Bradberry is, you draft 2 DBs the first 2 rounds. You get Quinyon Mitchell. They're so excited about it, but yet Bradberry's moving to safety now, and I don't know. There's just something.
I'm not buying it, dude. I think they're trying to. I think they're trying to rebuild. I think they're trying to build up his stock to move him. Frank says, "Why would you trade Bradberry when you expect he gets cut?" I don't think he's going to get cut. I think they'll trade him if they can get something for him. And I think they're willing to keep him if they have to keep him. I don't think he's going to get cut. I think he'll get traded. But I think what they're doing is saying, why do it right now when you can go into preseason where teams are going to have injuries, they're going to lose corners, people are going to get hurt. And then it's going to open up somebody willing to take him. And if you could say, well, now we've got Bradberry taking some reps at safety and at this position, it's like, oh, well, maybe we're hurt of safety. Maybe we bring Bradberry in and let him play safety. He did it during training camp for the Eagles. So I think it's all a ploy to get his value up to trade him. That is my theory. And if they don't get the value up and what they want, then they'll keep him. I think that's what I think, anyways.
Yeah, I agree.
Witch King, member for 46 months. Thank you so much. He goes, watch films on Justin Herbert and Kellen Moore's offense versus Minnesota defense last year. They blitz all game, but the quick passing game for LA negated almost every time. We need that this year. And you should be able to have that, especially with Saquon Barkley there,
Oh, yeah. No doubt.
Yeah. Proud Infidel says, I say play the kids. We need to stay young in the future. That's why I want them kids to play. I want to say, man, this offense is good enough where I should be able to play the young corners and stuff. if I could trade Bradberry, and it doesn't even have to be for a lot, and I could figure a way to get these young guys on the field and keep them playing, I think it's better. It's better for you in the long run.
Yeah, I agree.
So we'll see. Bird Wording says, Joey's you the man.
Shit, man.
What did you think? Nick Sirianni talked about Calcaterra, about how Calcaterra looks really, really good. In OTA. What do you think? You thinking of him? He was talking 12-man personnel.
That man, fuck that guy. That guy. I'm tired. Like, I really feel like I'd rather listen to the coordinators than him, because like I don't know. Like, yeah, Calcaterra, yeah.
But he grew a beard though.
Calcaterra, though, I feel like we've seen moments from him where, like, I think he was like our fastest tight end, and he has some moments, but guy's got to stay healthy. He has these little injuries all year.
He grew a beard, dude. Sirianni's got a beard. You take a man serious with a beard. That's what they always say.
No. Fuck.
Calcaterra.
It's hard.
So great. Remember, for 28 months. Thanks so much. He goes, you the man, Denzel Goldberg. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. I like Calcaterra. I think the Calcaterra is he's just always hurt too. It's like Dean. It's like, how do you evaluate these guys if they're not on the field? Yeah. Or if they were super takers, you'll feel. I think Bradberry is slowly being bench traded. He's not starting at corner at safety. I think they're trying to trade him, but I think that they're going to do it Howie's way. Howie's really good with this. They were able to do this with Ertz a few years ago. They played Ertz in the preseason, talk about how great he was, blah, 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 and then they trade him. I think that's what they want to do with Bradberry. I mean, you just got too many guys. You can't keep all these defensive backs. You just can't. So somebody good is going to get cut. I would rather it be Bradberry be one and then somebody else. I think there's at least two of these defensive backs that are good defensive backs are not going to be here. Maybe you stash them, say they get injured, but something's going to give.
Yeah, keep them for as long as possible until maybe you're making some calls behind the scenes, or if somebody loses a corner or something like that. There is rumors about maybe the Colts would have interest because they have a young corner group.
Yeah, somebody better check on SpongeBob. He lasts more than 4 hours. He may need a doctor. Oh my God, what the hell didn't I see? Jeez.
You could see the little.
I'm gonna have to go cut this whole thing out now. Once this is over, I'm gonna have to go cut it out of this stream because I don't know what it was. Philly, where's your pimpin' shirt? I just got a bunch of shirts. Just came. I haven't even had a chance to open up the package because I just had come home and jumped on here. But I'm hoping it's here, man, and I'll be able to wear it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Bring Julio and put him at tight end. He was pretty good in the red zone. Yeah,
I didn't mind him.
We'll see what happens with Julio. Julio isn't going to sign most likely with anybody until week 2 or something like that. There's a guy like that doesn't want to come into camp.
No, not his.
No. So we'll see. But I mean, is there anything? We're an hour and 13 minutes in. Is there anything else, man, we want to talk about before we get out of here?
I mean, I'm pretty good. I mean, we have a couple of announcements to do.
Yeah, you want to do the ones with the you know better than me with the shirts and stuff.
Yeah, so if you guys haven't checked out the Philly Shakedown merch, check it out. We have more designs in the coming weeks. We're gonna have a big release of merch before the season starts. So there's a lot going on. I'm wearing the Flying Frenchman Cooper DeJean shirt. Looks fantastic.
Looks great.
We have 6XL shirts up to 6XL. We have women's t-shirts. We have youth t-shirts now. So we're gonna have sleeveless shirts really soon in the coming days.
Tank tops are coming.
Yeah. And that's pretty much it. So definitely check out.
Also, I'll just say the 15th of June is going to be our season finale. So we're going to do this Saturday, which is the 8th, then the 15th. Then we're going to take about a month off, and do our thing, kind of regroup, rest, do some internal stuff for our channel, go on vacation, travel a little bit. So our end of the season will be the 15th, and then it'll start up about a month later, right before camp starts.
Yeah, we'll be back. Yeah, we'll be back by camp starting, and recharge the batteries a little bit.
Yeah,
So
and then we'll get ready around camp.
Go to our dark retreat.
That's right. That's right. So, you're right about that time. This is that month where we're taking off is usually when the Cowboys get arrested. So you'll see a lot of Cowboys players getting arrested right around then. So we'll see how many. I'm guessing I'm going to call at least 2 Cowboys arrests between their last mini camp and then training camp starting.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean I think that's about it, really.
Yeah, that's about it, guys. So with that, thank you guys so much for joining us, watching. What do you got going on tomorrow?
Just videos, just a video. That's about it until once we get to the 15th, the last shakedown. I mean, I'll be on vacation. I'll be gone for a week, and yeah.
I mean, you got 2 days, right? You got tomorrow and Thursday of mandatory minicamp, and then the players break until camp starts. So it's really it gets really, really dead, and even where Howie in that front office, they're not even doing anything. So we'll see. It should be interesting, interestingly quiet, more like it. But I got my daughter's graduating middle school tomorrow, so they got a ceremony I'm going to during the day, and then I'll have a video out later at some point. But thank you. Happy birthday again. Thank you, Daz. Appreciate that, man. And with that said, guys, we're gonna let Mark Holmes take us out. You guys have a great night. Peace.
Yep. Peace.
Now it's time to go watch Skinwalker Ranch, The Secrets of Skinwalker Ranch. My favorite show. Joe, it's my favorite show on television.
Skinwalker, is that like a Western?
It's like did you ever hear of Skinwalker Ranch?
Mm-mm.
It's this ranch that all this crazy stuff happens, UFOs, all sorts of weird things, all these like these skinwalkers, like chasing, harassing people, and so they're studying it. It's on the History Channel, dude. It's insane show. It's like my favorite show on TV right now, since there's no Better Call Saul. But I have to go watch it. It's coming on. It's actually started, but I'm recording it, so I'm gonna go watch it now. But all right. Skinwalker Ranch. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. I love it. All right. With that said, peace.
Peace.
2 minutes to go. You have plenty of time.
Come on.
Oh, shit! Dad! No!
It's over! It's over! This game is over! Cut it off! It's over!
Fuck.
Congratulations, Green Bay! Congratulations, Green Bay! Congratulations, Green Bay!
I said run the ball.
Congratulations, Green Bay! Dak Prescott, you need to be fired today! That was on you, Dak! That was on you, Dak! That was on you, Dad!
I said run the ball.
That was on Dak Prescott! Trying to feed the Lamb! Trying to feed the CeeDee Lamb! You tried to feed the CeeDee Lamb! You got to give it to CeeDee Lamb! God! It's over! It's over, Dak! Put Trey Lance in the game! Trey Lance can't do worse than you!
I'm an idiot because I buy into this shit. I buy into this shit. Because here's the thing. I am a grown-ass man. And I talk the talk. It is killing me.
I feel it coming. I feel like it's going to take Jared Jones taking it. Cut it off. It's over.
Dude, what the fuck?
The Cooper! The flying
Oh my
Frenchman!
god! Oh my god!
C'est bon! I'm dizzy. We did it. We transformed the Philadelphia Eagles secondary. We now have a secondary that is going to be good for years to come. Because one, we got Quinyon Mitchell, but we also got the flying Frenchman, Cooper DeJean. That's right. The flying Frenchman, Cooper DeJean. C'est bon. Oh, here's another interception. That's right. Cooper DeJean is about to dominate the NFL. Can't wait to see him out on the field. And if you're like me and you thought this was a great move by the Eagles and you support this pick, then you definitely want to check out this shirt. The Cooper DeJean Flying Frenchman shirt. Look at this thing. You can see it. in midair, flying through the air, transforming to an eagle. That's right. Cooper DeJean is here. Link is in the description. Get your shirt now while you can, because Cooper DeJean is about to take the Eagles to another level. Denzel Washington.